こんにちは、チャートマスターの根崎ゆきです。8月2日のセッションリキャップ取っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。ここ2日間、ちょっとセッションリキャップお休みだったんですけども、アメリカの方のウェブセミナーですね、200人とか300人が入って、ちょっとパンクしちゃったらしいんですよね。で、じゃあ新しいところでやろうかということで、このように新しくなりましたので、今日からやっていきたいと思います。それでは早速ですが、始めていきましょう。
Alright, we're going to start on the euro. I'll try to go slow. Remind me if I'm going too fast, Kip, because I'm used to doing this fast. Alright. On the euro, there's the day chart top. It's the pink line. We have a set of twins there, have an exhaustion width, and we're going to the downside. Alright. As you can see, there's nothing here until we take this support out right here. When you take the support out right there, you're going to run into all of this right in here. So there is no trade here. The first time we get a chance to trade is right here. So we're going to be below 31.50 and the target is 30.63. So there is 90 pips there. Moving your stop at the 31.06 PSR. Moving it again at 30.81. All right? That's the only trade right there.
まずユーロドルからですね、240分チャートです。これサポートを抜けてきたらトレードしたいねっていうことなんですけど、ここより下ですよね。下ですよね。上から HSI 引いて、ここから引いてますけど、抜けてきて、ここまでトレードしたいよねってことですね。
Alright, British pound. We're looking for the break of this bear flag. Alright, that will mean very little. We cannot trade this thing until we get below 51.36. As everybody can see, there is the bottom right there. Alright, we are right here. We cannot trade into a bottom. We can trade the break of the bottom down to here. So we need a break, a hook, and a go below 51.36. We'll then move our stop at 51.01. We'll move it again at 6.18. We'll move it again at the 50.50, and we'll move it very tight when we get to this day chart bottom at 50.25.
ポンドドルですね、240分です。ベアフラッグをブレイクしてきたので、このサポート、安値抜けてきたら、ブレイクフック&5で売っていきたいねと。で、51.26、51.26より下で売って、この5100というところでストップを下げていきたいですよねと。で、ターゲットは5005ですね。HSI です。
Alright, 120 pips in there. We are very interested in that. Alright, may not happen until London tonight. Alright. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD has a breakout to the upside. Alright, we've been waiting for that. We got it. It was a trade from last night. Some of our traders got it and ended up 30-40 pips. But the trade was for the wait for it to come up, bounce, and go. Alright, so we've done that. This is our next target. We can't trade in that target unless you've got it down here. We can't trade in that, but we can trade on the break of 103.44 and up to 103.71. So there's only 40 pips there. There are better opportunities elsewhere. But there is 40 pips if we get above 30.44. The problem is at 30.44, you're going to run into the 30.50 and you got to get your stop moved by break even. So the best thing to do is let it take the 30.50 out, pull back down, and then take the trade from there up to the 30.
ドルカナダですね。ドルカナダの240分ですね。で、昨日ターゲットまで行って、これトレードしましたよねと。で、次はこの R2 を抜けてきて、ブレイクフック&5で、1.0450、0350ですよね。これより上で買っていきたいよねってことですね。
71. And we could get an even bigger trade. It could be a two-part. It could go all the way up to 104.400. Right? So as a two-part trade, this would be the first trade. This would be the second trade. So you don't limit out here. You move your stop. When you break, hook and go above here, you double your position for that target right there. Right?
で、抜けてきたら、もうリミットで決済しないで、その上のターゲット0400まで狙って、ストップ上げていきたいですねってことですね。
Alright, Swissy. Swissy, we are waiting to see if they will break this day chart top to the top. If they do that, we're going to be very interested in a break, hook, and go up to at least the R3 and maybe up to this support cluster right up in here. But around 9,400 is where we'd be at. We'd be able to get this trade on a break at around 93.50. So we got 50 pips up there. So now, until it does that, there's nothing to do. Now, if they respect the day chart trend and break to the downside, we're going to go do a double bottom, right? So you can all see this was a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. There's the break of the neckline, up they went. That's what we're anticipating over there on the other currency. So we'll see. One of those two will happen. I don't know which one. Dollar yen.
ドルカナダ、ごめんなさい、ドルフランですね、60分チャートです。で、今、デイチャートのトレンドラインがあるんですけど、これをブレイクフック&ゴーしたら、この R3 まで、そしてサポートクラスター、サポート群があるところまで買ってきたよね。そしてもしデイチャートのこのトレンドラインで跳ね返ってくるようだと、このダブルボトムまで売っていきたいねということですね。で、逆ヘッドのショルダーがあって、このトレンドブレイクで買っていけばよかったよねということですね。続いてドル円いきましょう。
Nothing to do on this because it is transitioning to the upside, and in a transitioning currency, we don't know if it's going to go find sellers and sell or whether they're going to continue to buy. So we're just going to sit on our hands and not trade the dollar yen. Right, the Aussie.
ドル円ですね、今ちょっと動きがわからないですと、まだ売りか買いかわからないので、ちょっと様子を見ましょうということですね。続いて OG ドルいきたいと思います。
Aussie dollar, we're anticipating that this may very well be a head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders for the break north. We have divergence on this chart. I'll show you the divergence, and there she is. Divergence tells us we are going to the upside. This MACD is trending up, currency is trending down. That tells us we're going to the upside. The MACD wins every time. All right? So we're going to stay out of the Aussie. All right? If it does break to the upside, all right, let's go to the 240 and see if there's any opportunity for it.
今ダイバージェンスが OG ドルでは出てますよね。これ OG ドルの60分なんですけど、マクディが上がっているのに対して、キャンドルは下がってます。ということはこれ上がりますよね。上にブレイクしていったら買っていきたいと思います。240分見てみましょう。
There isn't any opportunity. This could be a big move here. So, maybe we'll draw a line like this. Okay, if we get out of here, all right, up into this area, you can see there's an unsquared candle all the way up here. There's a big opportunity up here to the upside. No newbie should take that trade. Only advanced traders should take the trade up to the square up area.
もしこのチャンネル抜けてきたらですよね、トレンドライン抜けてきたら、ここにスクエアアップキャンドルがあります。ここスクエアアップされてないので、ここまで上級者の方は、取っていきましょうと。もう初心者の方はやらなくていいですと。よくわからない人はやらなくていいので、上級者の方はここ、とてもいいトレードになると思うので、やってみてくださいと。
How do you know that? You don't even know what square up is. You're a newbie. All right? Euro pound. Euro pound. We're waiting to see if we get the bounce. All right? All right. The bounce is right here. And we're looking for a break above this target right here for this trade, and then we'll go into this trade right here. All right, that's what we're looking for right now. All right, so we're going to have to be above 131.23, about 131.30. Our first trade will go to 94, moving our stop at the 214 fib at 6.
ユーロ円ですね。今ここにターゲットがあって、ここで止まってますけど、これをブレイクしてきたら131円30銭ですよね。これブレイクしてきたら131円94銭まで買っていきたい。で、これ抜けてきたら今度は132円74銭というところのターゲットを買っていきたいですね。ところまで買っていきたいですねと。
Then, a break of the 132, break, hook, and go will double our position and hang for the double top, which is also the day chart top, right there. All right, two-part trade, 1 and 2, right there. Anytime you have stacked trades on this, you don't limit your first one. You just move your stop because the profit on the first trade covers the risk on the second trade. You see that? And you're trading riskless all the way to the target. You have no risk if you get that trade. Right? And since trading is a risky business, if you have no risk, that's where you want to be. Right? Pound yen has bounced, all right, and it looks pretty clear that they are going to try to reset the trend or break the trend. All right. So it looks pretty clear that they're trying to come up here. This is only a working trend because we only have 1 and 2 points. We don't have 3. So we got to wait till they make the turn somewhere up in this area, and if they make the turn to the downside, we will then adjust the trend to include it. All right. If they don't and they just keep on going, then we're going to have to redo the whole chart all the way to get all over again.
ポンド円ですね。これ今ブレイクしてきてますけども、このまま上がってって跳ね返らないようだったらもう一回、トレンドラインを引き直さなくちゃいけないですと。つまり上がってきた、どんどん上がっていったらこのチャートすべてやり直しましょうと。跳ね返ってきたらこのサポートレジスタンスで跳ね返ってきたらトレンドラインだけ変えて売っていきたいよねってことですね。
Right. So just stay out of it till you know what it is. If you can doubt, stay out. Nice little line. New Zealand, we're looking for continued movement to the downside. All right. We almost got to our target this morning, which was 78. That was 78.50 is where they went. That was our target. All right. All right. So we'll see if we get a bounce here. All right. Now, New Zealand, it's showing that it's not going to bounce. All right. But we could get a bounce. All right. If we get a bounce, we'll wait and see if we get back up here and see if they'll push it to the downside here. We don't really want to buy. Same problem here. We only have 1 and 2 stops up here. We don't have 3. If we use this one here, then our trend is too steep. So we can't use that one.
9ドルですね。今、デイチャートのこのトレンドラインありますけども、ここで跳ね返ってきましたよねと。で、7850がターゲットだったんですけど、2、3ピップ届きませんでしたと。で、跳ね返ってきて、ここでスクエアキャンドルでサポートされても、トレンドラインブレイクしてきたら売っていきたいですよねということですね。
So we're going to have to wait. Can everybody see we got unsquared candle here? All right, so they could go up here like this, unsquare the candle, and then break it to the downside. All right, so the thing to do is wait for that to happen and look for the trade up here. All right, this was the trade from yesterday. All right, and I forgot how many.
まあここで、スクラップされてないキャンドルがあるので、ここまで戻ってくるのを待った方がいいですよねと。
How many people made the New Zealand trade yesterday? Anybody? I forgot to ask that. Yes, it will be Lorna. Igor, all right. Anybody else? How many pips, Igor? JB, put your pips in there because it's your record. Okay, 61 Nancy, nice job. 35 Rupert, 40.
今この9ドル昨日トレードした人どんくらいいますかということで、今何さんって言って60ピップ、40ピップ、30ピップみたいなことを言ってますね。新しくなってちょっとチャットが表示されないので全画面表示にしちゃってると出ないんですけど、まあ、声だけで、判断してお伝えしていきたいと思います。
Okay, nice work. Forgot to write that down. 44, 60, 40, nice work.
44, 60, 40。44、60、40って感じですね、他には。
Way to go, everybody. That was a nice little trade. Wasn't a big trade, but it was a nice little trade. So. Money for nothing. 75, Jonathan. Nice job. Okay.
75ピップ、ジョナサンさんね、ですね。
So we had a lot of 60s. We had 175. We got a 35. You want to call it 40? Is that?
で、まあみんなの平均すると40ピップぐらい取れてますねと。
Is that good? 40 reasonable? Okay, 40 good. Remember, it's your record, not my record. All right, roll it. See you later. Thanks for being here. All right, good. All right, we got that. Now let's go to the exotics. Aussie yen. We have pulled up here. We're looking for the turn to the downside. All right. We do a turn to the downside. We're still looking. We're in the fifth wave. We're looking to come down to the S6 at 86.98. Let's call it 87. All right. We're currently at 88.71. All right. So there's 170 pips to the downside here, folks. We don't want to miss this trade to the downside now that they've pulled back up. All right. So if they make the turn, and you can see they're trying to make the turn right now. If they make this turn, we want to be in this trade looking for the 8,700 even number right there, and we will move our stop once we pass this previous PSR. We'll move our stop again when we pass this PSR, which was the bounce point, and we'll trade it. We'll actually double our position below 87.40 or 86.98. All right, that's the strategy for that. All right.
OG 円ですね。OG 円はこれ売っていきたいですよねと、今ここで止まってますし、ここまで売っていきたいですよね。で、ここを到達するためにストップを下げていきたい。これ絶対見逃したくないトレードですねということを言ってます。
Euro pound has had a nice pullback, which is what we anticipated, and we are waiting for the bounce into this area right up in here. Okay. Now, this could be the top, which means if they do push it up here, they will push it up a little higher to give a head and shoulders, and then another bounce like this, and then we'll have a head and shoulders. So that means that when we get to the double top up here, we move our stop and let her pull up here, maybe up as this high right here to create the higher high, the head. All right. So there's at least 60 pips here and maybe 90. All right. So we don't want to miss this trade. Normally we won't trade this late in the week, but right now she's so well set up for that, she may just go. All right. Everybody see that? Thank you, Pip. All right. Making sense to everybody?
ユーロポンドですね。ユーロポンドは今こうブレイクしてきているので、まあ、買っていきたいですよねということですね。で、もしかしたらヘッダンショーダーになるかもしれないんですけど、それまでは買っていきたいよねと。
Thank you, Rob. All right, Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie, we can't make this trade into the double top. All right, everybody can see that. But if we break the double top up, down, and bounce. We have a two-part trade here. One up here, one down here. This is the 1270 fib. It may only do one. All right. In fact, it probably will only do one. All right, because of that being a 1270. All right. So above 48.50, a break, hook, and go. We'll want to trade it up to 49.97. How?
ユーロオージーですね。ユーロオージーは今ここトップがありますけども、ここブレイクフック&ゴーしていったら買っていきたいですねと。で、まあ、4850ですよね。4850より上で買って、4997っていうところまでまず買っていきたいね。ここマイナス 1.270 のフィブなので、まあ、ここで一回止まるでしょうねってことですね。
However, we can all see the same problem here. If they only take it up this high and pull it back, then we could have a head and shoulders here. So we still would have 80, 90 pips to build ahead. So once you get in there, you're up 80, 90 pips, move your stop and hold. And maybe you'll get to the target. If it's a head and shoulders, you're going to give up 25 pips, but you're still betting 25 pips for another 90. And that makes sense. All right, so we're looking for that opportunity. Let me put this up here. Watch the head and shoulders. All right. EuroCAD. EuroCAD, we're waiting to see if it'll break up into
続いてユーロカナダですね。
this area right here. We cannot trade the EuroCAD until we get this top out of the way. And once we get the top out of the way, all these targets have been taken out. All right. So the trade is all the way to the day chart top up here. All right. And the EuroCAD can make that movement because it has an ATR big enough to do that. All right. So we're looking for a trade above 3,700. All right. We could take a small position there. When you break above 37.15, which is a barrier, break above here, you want to double your position in there. If you should break, move your stop at the 37.50, and if you should break the 37.66, you want to double your position again here. All right? So there we go.
ユーロカナダですね。高値を超えてきたら、まあ、3700より上ですよね。で、買っていきたいね。で、ちっちゃいポジションを持って3715っていうこのバリアまで到達したらストップを上げたいねと。で、その後3750を超えてきたら、買い増しをしたいね。で、さらに3766っていうところを超えてきたらもっと買い増しをして、さらに買い増しをして、このピンクのデイチャートのトップ3816まで買っていきたいよねってことですね。
So there we go. CAD yen. CAD yen is working a channel to the upside. We're looking for it to come down or across, one or the other, to the channel. As long as it stays in the channel, we are a buyer, and we're looking for that trade right there. All right, about 60 pips. We're looking for that opportunity right there. Obviously, you can see we got another target up here, but it's only 25 pips away. So when you get to this target, you move your stop and try to hang into the R4, which is at 96.77.
カナダ円ですね。カナダ円はまず、今チャデルラインの中にあるんですけど、高値超えてきたら買っていきたいねということですね。で、96円50銭超えたらさらに買い増しをして96円77銭まで目指したいねということですね。
So you're targeting 96.50 or 96.77. All right, there we go. New Zealand yen. And we're looking for this to, we're still on the block with this. We have had a break of the wedge, as you can see. We've had a break, and we've had a hook. We may be in the go part right now. The problem is that the market is basically over. All right. So we'll look later on for this. If it continues to go, the New Zealand keeps to go. We know the New Zealand is trying to go down in the New Zealand dollar. All right. We're looking to go down to here. All right. They did not take this target out, as you see. They didn't take it out, so it's still a target. So this becomes a two-part trade. First part is here. Second part is here. All right. So that's trade two. When we're in a small area like that, we trade 1/3 of our lots. In a big area, we trade 2/3 of our lots.
9円ですね。9円を見ています。ウェッジを抜けてきていまして、ブレイクフック&ゴーになっているので、下がってきたら売りたいよねと。で、1つ目はまずここですよね。1つ目3分の1入れて、その下77円50銭というところを割ってきたら2つ目3分の2入れていきたいですよね。で、S5 まで76円67銭というところを目指して売っていきたいよねと。
Okay, so we trade one drop here down to 77.50. A break and a hook at 77.50. We're going to trade it down to 76.67. All right, so that's a great opportunity there. doubling your position below 77.50. All right, here we go. All right, New Zealand, pound New Zealand. We're waiting to see if we get a break up into this nice big area right here. All right, so we're going to have to get a pullback. This is an unsustainable trend right here. You'll learn about unsustainable trends this afternoon at the webinar. We're going to talk about unsustainable trends and how to know what to do when you got those. Okay, so on an unsustainable trend, we're looking for them to retrace. So when they retrace, we put a retracement Fibonacci on it from the swing low to the swing high, and then we go look and see where is the most opportune place for the swing for the bounce to occur. All right. So we got a top here, we got a top here, we got a top here, and a bottom here. Can everybody see? It's the 50% fib. That's the place we'll look for. Come down here and bounce and go.
ポンドキウイですね、見ています。で、今、アンサステイナブルトレンド、これ行き過ぎたトレンドですよね、急すぎます。なので、絶対戻ってこなくちゃいけません。じゃあ、どこまで戻ってくるかなということで、スイングロー、スイングハイ、前回の高値安値っていうところを結んで、フィブを出しましょうと。で、50% フィブっていうところを今見てるんですけども、ここレジスタンスにもなっていますよね。なので、ここを今目指して下がってくるんじゃないかなって見ています。で、じゃあ、ここまで下がってきたら、跳ね返りで買いたいよねってことですね。
They do that, you'll get this trade again, and you'll get this trade up here. All right? So we're praying for a pullback. That's what we want, a pullback. It may not do that. It may bounce in the 214, and if it does, then we'll look for a break, hook, and go up here, and that's it. So you see, we have only two opportunities to trade this. Trade A up here, or trade B down here. If it doesn't do A and it doesn't do B, there is no trade. Everybody see that? That's your job as a trader, is to figure out what does the currency have to do for me to trade it. All right? So there we go. All right. All right. So that's what we're looking for there. All right. Silver, for those of you who can trade it, we're still working it sideways. Not much happening here. Basically, we're at equilibrium on the silver. If we break out of the bull flag, I would be very careful, because you see, every time they test the bull flag, they have to come right back in it. All right. Come right back in it. So I would be not trading this until we take this top off here. Above 2009, we'll look for that trade right there. All right. So there we go. All right. Pound cheap. Pound cheap has pulled back here, and let's take it up to 240 where we can see it. Got a nice pullback here. We got a set of twins. Okay. They needed to square this up. They squared it up.
先ほど見たら銀ですね。銀は今ちょっとなんていうんですか、レンジですからねと。なので、ブルーフラッグを抜けようとしてきて、いつも失敗してますよねと。なので、もうちょっと様子を見ていきたいですよねということを言ってました。続いて、ポンドフランですね。見てみましょう。
Candle, we're now in position, so we'll have the same trade we had last night right there, and then below it we got this one. Did everybody see? Very simple to see that. This is what we call a snowman. All right? We love snowman because we get to press our winners right here. That means we double our position when we enter the second spot. That's two wide open spaces stacked on top of each other. Wide open spaces. That's the only place we will trade. We will not trade unless we have a wide open space. And then that means we have to wait for our trade to come to us. All right. Good pound Aussie. We're waiting to see if we get a continuation to the upside. As you see, we're working this nice little channel here. Up we go. Look at the exhaustion wicks. That might be telling you that the 70.50 is the top. The day chart top is all the way up here. All right. So if we get a sideways move over to here and then we break, we will take that trade. If we get a pullback down to here and we bounce, we will take that trade. If we get a breakout here, we will do nothing because that's a deeper retracement for an opportunity to go even higher. So on the table, we have two trades available here. Right? One is
これはポンド王子ですね。240分です。で、これ今チャンネルの中にありますけど、もうちょっと横になってから、もしくはリトレースをしてから買っていきたいよね。デイチャートのトップまで買っていきたいよね。で、高値も超えてきたら、やっぱりもっと買っていきたいよね。もっとやっぱ買い増しをしていきたいよねと。で、もしこれ下に抜けてきちゃった場合なんですけど、何もしませんと。なぜなら、ディーパーリトレースメント、もっと深いリトレースメントになる可能性が高いからですと。
So straight across here and bounce and don't take it till you're above here. Right there. Or a pullback. If you get a pullback and a bounce, you will take it here because you got plenty of room to the double top again. Right? So that's it. Trade A down here or trade B up here. Right? All right, and the Euro New Zealand, and up here we're at the top here of at the heart line here, they have tested breaking out into the other area. All right, we need a pullback here and probably down in this area. And if we get the pullback, we would have this trade right here, and we'd have this trade right here. If for some reason it does pop up here, which it could, you'll need a break, hook, and go for that trade. All right, so what do we want? We want the pullback. So we get 1 and 2. All right, but we may only get 2.
ユーロニュージーランドですね。ユーロ級です。一回戻ってきたら1つ目、2つ目っていう風に買っていきたいですね。もしこのまま抜けてきたらブレイクフック&ゴーで買っていきたいですね。R6 まで買っていきたいですねってことですね。
Alright, folks, that's what I see. I will see hopefully most of you in that webinar in about an hour or so. Alright, so, way to go, nice work. I don't know anything about it, so I think you can stop it. Thanks as always, Pip. Pip is a great help to us all. So, just a minute here. Let's see. It opens. It's in the notes, Joel. Go check your notes. Okay.
はい、というわけで今日のセッションリキャップここまでです。まあこれ変わったのでちょっとなんだか、まだ慣れない感じはありますけども、少し若干声と動きの方が遅いんですかねっていうのもちょっとありますけど、まあまた慣れていくと思いますので、また見てみてください。それではどうも今日もありがとうございました。また明日です。それでは失礼します。